Good morning, Tehmina Khan is here. In TKMaths is fun, but this video is not made on mathematical topic. It is basically on the test which I have given recently in UAE, Teacher Licensing System, TLS, for pedagogy. So this test happened on 22nd Jan 2023, and I have made two videos. The first video is covering the type of questions which came in the exam, and definitely there were 80 questions, so I don't remember all of them by heart, but whatever I remember. And in the second video I have listed down straight away the topic name of the topics. So that also help us a lot, because if we actually understand the meaning of those words, then we can put it in the situation, because there are multiple choice questions. So you don't need to learn things by heart, rather you should be able to connect in that situation correctly. So you need to read it 2-3 times, those things, right? So, and the time flies, trust me, time just flies, 2 hours. Okay, so these are the 4 pointers, right? Percentage I will not go into, definitely questions come accordingly repeated, more question from that context. So when you will study this pedagogy study guide from the Google, you can just download pedagogy study guide 2020, and 2019 also is there, but updated one. Now how you will study it, because it is a very big document, you don't need to learn it by heart. Now in the test recently what came, for example, if you see in point 1, right, so there are 3 pointers underneath, and this point 1 comes under the standard 1, which is professional and ethical conduct. So if you see in professional and ethical conduct, there is a pointer 1, pointer 2, pointer 3, 4 and 5. So you must be able to know that these are the pointers which come under standard 1. So they may give you one pointer and 2-3 other pointers which are like little close to what it is. So you should be able to identify which one you have to select. Similarly, from these pointers, one of them will be there, another will be a distractor or something from some other pointer. So you should be able to identify correctly which one comes under which pointer, right? You got it? So this type of question came there. Similarly, it will go for all the other standards for professional knowledge, for professional practice, and professional growth. So this is how you will study, keeping this aspect in your mind. Okay, now for example, this question: what does UAE Ministry of Education vision? Acha, by the way, my purpose is not here to help you solving the question. There are many videos, and I also learn a lot from them, which are actually helping you to the solution to these questions, right? So my purpose here is to tell you which topics and how it is asked. Now, Ministry of Education vision for UAE, you must know, you must download it from Google internet, and then highlight the pointers there, so that you know when 4 or 3 categories are given, you should know which one they are talking about from education vision. There are different vision, the national agenda plan, I'll come to that also. So under Ministry of Education vision, which are the pointers? So you should be able to select the best one, correct one rather. Acha, now you need to download this document also, Code of Conduct for Educational Professionals in General Education, right? Now there are words given. So what is the meaning of those words which is there? You should be able to understand, because then in multiple choice question you have to select the correct one. For example, the meaning of efficiency, in which context they are talking about it. Okay, now these 4 point multiple choice things, answers: electronic, observation, interview, questionnaire. Now this came, but in not exactly in this context, like here they are talking about this context, attitude of students. It didn't come in this context. So you should be able to understand in which type of scenario which type of test is applied. So if you read on internet what are the advantages and disadvantages of these types of collecting data, best tools, so you will be able to fit in the scenario which will be given to you. So there was a question on it as well. Okay, now similarly, this word objectivity, you need to understand the meaning of this very well. What is the meaning of opening question? Because this was also there in which context, it was a different context. But if you will be able to identify what does it mean, so you will be able to select the best answer. So need to focus on the word, read about it, examples of it, its application on the internet, in which scenario it is applied. So based on that. Now there was a question with respect to gifted and talented student. If you see here, okay, how to handle gifted and talented students, how to handle SEND students. So you need to understand their requirements, what teacher needs to do in the classroom during lesson planning, during conducting the class, how to handle this. So when the scenario will be given, you will know which is the best choice. This is one aspect given there. So there was a question on it also. Now if you look at this question, these are very important. There was again a question on it. Okay, what is the meaning of a lack of motivation? What are the key factors? Because in the question, the pointers were given there, which immediately helped me to know that it was a lack of motivation case. So you need to know what are learning difficulties, which type of students face this difficulty, which type of students are called they are slow learners, or those who have low ability levels. So what are these? So that scenario will be there and you will be able to answer. Now let's see this Bloom taxonomy. Mostly teachers remember this cognitive dimension, right, of the Bloom's taxonomy: remembering, understanding, applying, analysis, evaluating, creating. So this is the new version, right? The older one had synthesizing on the top. So first of all, you should be able to know the difference between two. So the question came with respect to this also, and question also came with respect to psychomotor domain. Now how it is asked, like you should know the order and you should know which is the highest level of each or the lowest, or basically the order, because the question came around this, right? Because they gave the question came from here and from here, from this one. In this case they gave three order, right? They gave this order and they gave some other order, some disturbed order and some correct order. So you have to pick the correct order. So it could be asked in any scenario. Then this word, positive reinforcement, positive punishment, negative reinforcement, negative punishment. You should know the meaning of it. There were 2 or 3 questions on it also. Definitely the questions are not repeated, but the overall the topics are same. So in which context it is asked, if you understand the meaning of these words. So again, internet will help you a lot. And make your own notes prepared, on words. MS Word or wherever you feel comfortable with. Okay, by the way, this type was the first question on the in the exam. Okay, the graph was given and the scenario was given, right? So you should know how to read this type of graph. Okay, so this is very important. Now last thing in this video is UAE School Inspection Frame, which is called DSIB. Okay, DSIB. Download it on the internet. At the moment it is 2015-16. Now after that the updated one is not there, but the pointers are same. Maybe if later on the new version will come, so it may have some changes, but at the moment this is the availability. So when you download this frame, what is important thing and what came in the exam, because it is again a very big document which may frighten you that you have to go through all of it. So this, if you see here, right, purpose of the framework you should know, right? And again, just keep reading it. I will go into, because all these pointers are extremely important. So the thing, one thing which teachers do not usually focus, and which came in the exam also, number one, again the context in which these words are used, what are their meanings. And from here, UAE National Agenda for Education, here if you see these pointers all which are written in orange, what percentage they have written or mentioned in the National Agenda Plan, which is called NAP also. So you should know, sometimes only this one will be the one of the answer and the other answers are different. So in that context you have to pick up this one. Similarly it goes to the other. This one also came, if I am not making mistake, where we had to talk about students should not need to join the university foundation. So now this though definitely I remember came. The percentage was given in the question somehow, and you had to pick up the correct word. Either it is most, majority, and there was one more word. So if you know that majority covers percentage 50 to 60, right? So then you will be able to select the right word. So this you must know by heart, right? Because it's a question of percentages. So majority means 75 to 90%. So this is important. Similarly, the 6th level scales which are given here, what is the meaning of each? As I remember, no question came around it, but again I'm saying 80 questions I cannot remember by heart. So but you should be able to identify what each words mean, what type of, because maybe it is given for very good and they gave in the multiple choice question this one, and this one, and you should be able to highlight the correct one. So performance standard which are given in DSIB, there are 6 performance standard. Number 1, you should know them. So you should be able to say if they give you 3 and the fourth, one is correct, the other 3 are different, the correct one you should be able to choose. And under each performance standard there are further subcategory, right? For example, this one. So in student achievement, what they're talking about is attainment, progress, skills. I will not go through all because I made this a note for myself, because reading that document again and again is not very easy. So you should be able to remember there which one come under students achievement. One will be there, other 3 will be different, maybe coming from here, from here. So distraction. So in this context you will read these pointers and remember these, right? Okay, the question 100% came from 6 thinking skills. Edward Dibano, if I'm not wrong, the name of the person who first introduced this concept. So the question came around this time. So they were talking about feeling and they were saying which color of hat identifies this. So it was red hat. So you should know this. And then it is about team building, right? When we are talking about team building, what are the 4 things you have to, 4 stages I would say you have to remember. So name of them, and then according to that the question. So my next video is on the topics. I have just listed down the topics because this has become very long. I'm going to finish it. So link I'm putting in the description so you can watch that one. Please press like and subscribe button if you want to watch my videos later on. Thank you, and do share it with your friends. Take care. Allah Hafiz.